on a Ukrainian world champion. You've been there, you've seen it all before. Tell us about your relationship with Daniel. How's it all going, and how do you see this fight going?
Well, your first question regarding it's not the first time. This is actually the third time we've encountered somebody I've trained. We encountered a Ukrainian. Yeah, the first one was Vladimir Klitschko, if my memory serves me right, correct. In 2010, we trained because it was an opportunity. Frank called me up. He said, "Look, although it was Derek's 16th professional fight, an offer has been made by the K2 for your guy to take on Klitschko." And obviously, I was a novice trainer at the time. I haven't encountered or experienced anything that magnitude, and it's almost like it came 2 years prior to if I said to you, we're going to be ready to fight such a character. So Frank said, look, sleep on it, think about it. It's an opportunity. I'll let you guys make the decision. So we did sleep on it. I spoke to Derek's mother. I spoke to Derek. And I thought, look, we're going to have a go at this. Can we beat this guy? I looked at Klitschko. Yes, we can. And we took the fight. Okay, I fast forward because I have a tendency of making stories very, very, very long. Yeah. So basically, we trained, went up to Fort William in Scotland camp, trained so hard. We came back to England, flew to Mannheim in Germany to do the fight. I believe it was a 16,000 capacity venue, and the stadium was sold out. The venue was sold out. We did the first press conference on a Monday. We did the public workout on a Wednesday, midweek. And I remember that public workout very, very well. I hadn't done one in my life ever, ever. I was a novice coach, remember. So I didn't know what to do. I actually called Tunde. I said, what do you do at a public workout? I took my body kit, stupidly, I wear this, that's my signature, the body kit. Took my body kit, we showed too much. We showed too much. Now I know we showed too much. And then the champion came and did his. I was disappointed. I was waiting to see something really spectacular. Obviously, their experience, we're not. They did very minimal. Him, Klitschko, and the late, great Emanuel Stewart. They did very, very little. I thought, oh my God, I was disappointed because I really wanted to learn. I wanted to see. Anyway, fast forward, got back to the hotel that evening. Frank called me. He said, Don, I said, yes, Frank. He said, I've got some bad news. I thought, what kind of bad news? He said, he's pulled out. I said, who's pulled out, Frank? He said to me, Vladimir has pulled out. I said, no, Frank. He can't pull out. You're Frank Warren. Make it happen. Make it happen, Frank. He can't pull out. He said, well, young man, it's a voluntary defense. It's not mandatory. Fast forward, we were put on the plane. We got back to England, and apparently it was supposed to be rescheduled. Mr. David Hay started the brilliant salesman he is. Derek said, bum, why are you fighting him? Next minute, he hijacked the fight. Okay, and we all saw what happened with David Hay, okay, and Vladimir Klitschko. Fast forward, 2 years later, Vitaly stepped in, his bigger brother, because they realized that Derek would have beaten Vladimir Klitschko, in my opinion. We fought Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko, the stronger one of the two. Everybody said we're going to get knocked out in 2 rounds. I said no such thing will happen. Derek, we didn't win the fight. We got awarded 4 rounds in Germany, and Klitschko doesn't drop a round in sparring, never mind in fighting. Derek Chisora gave him probably the hardest fight in his latter career, okay? I believe he had one more fight after that, Vitaly, against Manu Shah, and he retired. Fast forward. Now, I will say this, yeah? The great late Emanuel Stewart spoke to me 2013. He caught wind that I was training Anthony Joshua. This is not public knowledge, by the way. This is probably the first time I've said it publicly, yeah? I trained Anthony Joshua for 5 whole years during the amateurs. Okay, therefore, he caught wind that I was involved. A mutual friend introduced us. We had a 45-minute conversation on the phone. He told me that he pulled Vladimir out. When he saw us in the public workout, he saw that Derek was all wrong for his guy, and you guys were too hungry. Okay? So he pulled it. Now, the reason I'm going to conclude on that is that this is the third Ukrainian guy the person I'm training is going to fight. And all I plead with Mr. Usyk, this is a mandatory, please turn up on the 26th, because you're going to lose your title to this young gun, young man, young, hungry. We are hungry. I'm the same hunger as when I first started. So I'll stop right there. Over to Mr. Starving. No, sorry, one last word, right? Listen, one last word, please. This, you can hear my voice, is the passion for 20 years of passion. And God delivered this young man here. This is a soldier that is going to cross the line to go to the promised land. I promise you, I'm not just dreaming. We're going to do the work that backs my speech, Mike. Going to do the work. You can hear it in my voice. I'm trembling, cannot wait.
Brilliant. Wow. Wow. Thank you very much, Don Charles. Well, let's talk to that young man who just went, yeah, at the very end there. Daniel, let's bring you in. You are the mandatory challenger here. This is your date with destiny. The first thing I'm going to ask you, every time I go on social media, every time I watch a YouTube video, people are saying the same thing. They're saying Daniel Dubois is not ready. Let me ask you this right now, live on this stream in front of all these people. Are you ready?
100% I'm ready.
He was born ready.
100% I'm ready. You know, we're ready to rumble. You know, this is it. You know, bring them titles back home. Bring them belts. Yeah.
What do you think, Daniel, when you look over at all of those belts there?
They're coming with me. You know, it's my time. It's definitely my time, you know. Usyk's been a great champion. And as I said before, everything with the beginning has to have an end.
You said that again, brother.
He's always got to go.
You said to me, we just did an interview a few minutes ago. You said you can't get knocked about by this old man. Is your youth a factor in all of this? Is that what you're thinking? Are you seeing him as an old man? You've just got to get out of the way. Is that what it is, Daniel?
Well, I've just got to outmaneuver him and everything. You know, I'm younger, I'm stronger, and you know, I've just got to release it all. You know, unleash hell on this guy.
I said to Frank earlier, so many fighters have tried against Oleksandr Usyk. He's 20-0. He's got a collection of British fighters on his resume as well, including Anthony Joshua, including Derek Chisora, Tony Bellew. What's so different about Daniel Dynamite Dubois? Why are you the man to defeat him?
I was born for it, you know. Everything that's led to me getting here and, you know, getting this opportunity. I'm just, you know, I'm different, and you guys are going to see that I'm different.
First time in your career, Daniel, that you'll actually be an underdog in a fight as well. You've been favourite in every fight so far in your career. What does that do to you?
You know, the bookies can say whatever they want. You know, it's no pressure for me. You know, no more. You know, media pressure, or whatever. Any of that stuff. I never listen to it anyway. But come this time, I'm going to be 100% ready on him to take them belts away.
Do you believe if you hurt Oleksandr Usyk on August 26th, you can finish him?
What do you think? I'm definitely 100% going to do that.
Ask him.
Well, let's ask Oleksandr Usyk. Thank you, Daniel, and feel free to keep chatting if you hear something you don't like. Let's bring in the unified champion, Oleksandr Usyk. Oleksandr, you've just heard from Daniel Dubois there. I hope Alex has been telling you what's been said. But he very much is a challenger that believes in himself. Tell us your thoughts heading into August 26th.
Доброго дня всім, дорогі друзі. Hello, everybody, people. Трохи спробую поговорити.
I'll try to speak.
Там за берегом стелиться чорний туман, вітер знову гарну звістку нам принесе. Ми зламали вже саме останній кайдан, ворог хоче забрати у нас геть усе. Він спроможен завжди, лиш на підлий обман. Біль та смерть він за віком несе, але нас не зламати, це наш вічний стан. В наших жилах кров всіх тих незламних тече. Дякую.
Igis, could you please translate? Ladies and gentlemen, that was a poem on Ukrainian, which needs some certain time to be translated. It's about the enemies who are going to be destroyed, and the victory will be at place. Just in short. Два слова ще скажи.
Я дуже всіх, I'm very happy to you all people. Thank you so much, but I'm very hungry. I'm very, very hungry.
So we.
Oleksandr, I understand you're hungry. I appreciate that. So
We're starving.
Well, yeah, Don Charles is hungrier.
I'm
Daniel,
starving. Seriously.
what do you think of your challenger, Oleksandr? What do you make of him? Do you rate him as a fighter?
А що ти думаєш про свого опонента? Ти його як боксера, де б ти його?
Добре дуже думаю про свого опонента. Респект його команді, йому особисто. Він зробив свій шлях, він дійшов до того моменту, що він претендент. Дуже добре. Побачимось 26-го. Балакать багато не будемо, ребята.
I think really highly of my opponent. He's a nice man, a nice guy, a nice athlete. He came to the position of the mandatory challenger, so he deserves it. All the respect for him, for his team, for people around him. But let's stop talking much. Let's see each other on August 26th.
All right. Well, let's keep that short.
Fighting talk, baby. That's fighting talk. I like that, baby. That's fighting talk.
Oleksandr, do you have a message for Daniel Dubois, who is sat right here? Anything you want to tell him ahead of August 26th before you go and eat?
Я і є меседж.
I am the message myself.
Daniel, your right of response, he said, I am the message, my son.
Myself.
Oh, myself.
Go on.
What are you saying, Dan?
You didn't hear what you asked.
Don said, you wrote the message.
Okay, there we have it.